Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. The path to perfection, the path to transcend nature and attain absolute freedom, to be in life eternal, in the ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. That is the bhakti path, easiest path to attain this state. And for that, God manifests as Bhagavan. Bhagavan is there only for Bhakta. Jnani may concentrate his on the Lord's another aspect, Nirguna Nirakara. But Saguna Sakara, as Bhagavan, the Lord possessing the 6 great glories, is exclusively for Bhakta. And in that we are seeing the worship, the Manas Puja we finished. We finished how to live in the world, converting our life into a constant worship unto God by offering everything that happens in our life to Him, by exposing ourselves to the divine and allowing the divine to percolate through our existence. That one aspect, another as a spiritual practice, the worship. And in worship, we passed through all the preliminaries to main puja, the Anganyasa, Karanyasa, Dhyana, and Dhyana. We have brought the Lord from the Kurma Mudra to the emblem that I am going to worship. So these are the various the steps we are following in the regular puja that we do in the temples and in houses. A spiritual aspect, especially associated with the spiritual aspect. Religious is one part, spiritual is another part. Religious is to maintain my external world in tune with the divine. In spiritual life is to attain the divine by utilizing the secular life. Life I am utilizing to reach God. I am utilizing God to maintain my secular life is religious life. And to utilize the secular life to reach God is spiritual life. So in spiritual life, how do we do the worship to attain God? We are going through and we invoke the God in the emblem that I am going to worship. After invocation, we make His presence clear to my mind by uttering the Bija mantra. So if it's Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Aim for Sri Ramakrishna. Aim Reem for Sri Sharda Devi. Suppose it is Vishnu. Om Vishnu. I do. Suppose it is Devi Durga. Om Dam Durga Devi Namaha. Or even just Reem, Reem, Reem. Thrice we do to confirm it in our mind. At all levels, His existence is being seen in the external world. And the whole world as if I am seeing there and seeing God there also. It is everywhere. The emblem represents always the whole universe. It is as if the universe is condensed here and the presence is felt. Anything, even when we do the homa, the havan and the yajna and all that, we draw we create an altar and draw a cosmic picture. The whole cosmos as if it is called Bhupura. In Bhupura picture, I am going to invoke the fire god as the representative of Devata and receive the offerings. So this Bhupura writing, as if a whole universe I am seeing in that small diagram. It is like map reading. I am seeing the whole world in a map. Like that, in this emblem, I am going to see the entire universe and the Lord's presence there. It is not only, and for my sake, He has taken the form and expressing His gunas. Nama, Rupa, Guna is for my sake He is expressing through that emblem. So when I worship the emblem, I begin with confirming His presence and showing the Varamikarana mudra, that is the expression of not only He is there with Nama Rupa Guna, not only as the universe pervaded by Him, but also He has the supreme reality beyond the relative existence. He is beyond the relative existence also. Means all aspects of God are brought into this emblem. One is the universe, He pervaded by Him, He has become the universe, He is pervading it, and the substratum behind is the absolute existence. The entire thing is brought into picture. This Paramikarana Mudra is especially to bring the impersonal absolute as the background, as the substratum of God. Everywhere, wherever this form, behind is the formless Rupa and Swarupa. Without Swarupa, there cannot be Rupa. Manifestation of Swarupa, the Nirguna Nirakara has become Saguna Sakara for my sake and manifesting so many qualities to engulf me, to hold my attention, to make me get absorbed in Him. So the whole aspect from Om to Hrim, the entire universe. Om is the absolute, Hrim is the entire universe, Om Hrim. Then the Ramakrishnaya Namaha. All aspects of God. His avatar, the universe in which He has appeared for my sake. And all these aspects are there in this existence. So here we see the Lord in His entirety as if total. The ocean, the wave, the ripple, and all that. And I am offering the worship to Him. I am offering the worship. To offer the worship, I must have duality. At the same time, I must have oneness to love. Whatever object I love, I feel that oneness. Though there is a duality, I feel that oneness. That oneness is established by the transcendental aspect, and duality is expressed by the bodily differences, the good differences in qualities, guna. Like omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, omnicompassionate. So this omni aspect, I am alpajnatva, all is mine is limited, His is unlimited. So this guna and this one bheda I maintain, at the same time I maintain oneness with Him as spirit, like a water in a pot and water in ocean. Both are as water, they are one. There is oneness as water, but the ocean and the water in the same ocean, water itself is in the pot. But there is the difference. One is Bindu, another is Sindhu. And when they become one, Sindhu alone remains. This aspect of God, I am offering everything to get established in that oneness. I want to be a drop of the ocean and be in this world. Now I am feeling myself being body totally different from God, not related to God at all. Now I want to bring the relation more important than the bodily existence of mine. So I am trying to bring out my content in this body as spirit and the infinite spirit, the universal self and individual self. I want to see the identity, Jiva Ishvara identity. So I am offering so many things and worshipping Him. Worship is a service. So I have to develop the attitude of service. Now we will see, we are dealing with the Navada Bhakti. Sakhya and Dasya is one of the important steps of Navada Bhakti. We are in Archana, next comes a Vandana, Dasya, Sakhya. All these come in one after the other. How it develops, you see. So I want to identify with the Lord in some way. So here I am expressing the Dasya also, Sakhya also, which I am going to visualize it separately also later on. But in worship, in Archana, all these factors come because I am lovingly worshipping Him now, lovingly serving Him. So first is Padya, washing feet. But in the highest type of worship, we do the 16 types of offering. 16 is always considered as the Purna because Indian rupee of earlier times, 1 rupee had 16 annas. Sri Ramakrishna had 16 disciples. To show its completeness, 16 annas make 1 rupee complete. So here 16 items if you offer, it is said to be worshipped, it is said to be complete. Then only entertainment part will remain in some other form. And this entertainment form, worship, after the 16 items is Nritya, Gita and all this. These are also offered. But it begins with the offering of asana, giving a seat for him to sit, asana. Then I offer the padya, welcome him, make him sit, give an asana, welcome him, make him sit, avahana, asana, then making him split. This is second item, one of the items. Third is to wash his feet. Fourth is to wash his face, rinse his mouth. That is called achamana. Then, as if a person in those days, earlier days, we are going to treat him just like a guest. I treat with great love, respect. The Guru, Mata, Pita and Acharya and Athithi are always treated in one line, equal to God. Matra Devo Bhava, Pitra Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Athithi Devo Bhava. So the Athithi who comes to house is treated as God. And Athithi is the example how you worship God also. So here we are taking as if a Athithi comes to my house, how am I going to treat him? A guest comes to my house. Guest is a manifestation of God we take as. In Hinduism, the highest respect is given to Athithi also, as much respect as to Guru or to parents. So the same attitude with all combined, all this, Mama Sarvasva, God is my everything. So in the same attitude, I am going to worship. So when anybody comes, we give a bouquet in the hand. It is called arghya. We give a bouquet. Then we will give the padya, arghya, achamaniya, madhubarka. When somebody comes, they come tired, God get exhausted. By the time they used to come, and first thing they need is lot of energy to rescue. We consider God, we bring God to the limited. He is unlimited. The Swarupa is unlimited, but Rupa is always limited. And for my sake, He puts on all the limitations. Just like a small child is there, the father puts on all limitation in front of that child, becomes a child to play with the child. If the child cannot lift, he also cannot lift. If child moves below the cot, the father also moves below the cot. And the play is going on just to please that child. Why should he please? To make him grow. So God also accepts, puts on the limitation. So Padya, Arghya, Achamaniya, Madhuparka, Punarachamaniya. Again after taking this one, a little more sip of water. Punarachamaniya. Then Snanya. Before Snanya, we will apply the oil to the body. Gandha Taila. Then we are applying the body. All this we can mentally do. We are supposed to do physically, mentally. Mind will be conceiving. Suppose I have an image. I put the Abhisheka of various, when suppose Shiva's worship I am doing milk, curd and I am offering. But I am physically doing it. Oil when not only physically, mentally also. I am taking little oil and applying to the image or the emblem, but I am conceiving in my mind the Lord's living presence, and all people who are witnessing and myself, my bodily existence is seeing. I am smearing it to the image or the emblem. Oil I am before the giving bath, but in my mind is the living presence of God in front of me. I am applying the oil like applying to a baby. I am applying to the Lord. And my heart melts and sees it, enjoys it. God has given me greatest opportunity to serve Him personally. So many things will be happening unseen in the worshipper, which others cannot see. And many times the mind of the Archaka himself is not manifest to the Archaka. He is going on doing out of love. When he comes to the one by one services he is offering, then he gives bath. If it is Shiva with the Panchamrita, he will give the milk, curds, ghee, then madhu, that is honey, and then Shuddhodaka. All these, Sarkara also sometimes, the items are given. In normal, this one, if it is extremely cold days, we will give warm water as the bath. We feel His living presence of God each time we offer. So after that, we may apply mentally soap or soap nut powder or anything to clean the body, oil and all that. Then we wipe, we give the clothes, vastra, uttariya, the apara, garment. Then once this external things are over, now make him sit comfortably Uh, then Gandha, the Tilaka, and at the feet we offer Gandha. Then Pushpa, flower, scented flower or smeared with sandal paste, Pushpa. Then we may put the mala here itself or in the end, the garland, floral garland. Pushpa, Dhupa. If it is associated with Devi aspect or Shiva aspect, we offer the Bilopatra. If it is associated with Vishnu aspect, we offer Tulsi. Tulsi is the aspect of divine love, and Bilva is representing the Tyaga, renunciation aspect, that is sacrifice aspect, giving aspect, and not keeping anything for me. Love is the Vishnu's always treated as the object of love, and Shiva is always treated as the object of jnana. So here renunciation is, or the tyaga is important in Shiva, and prema is important in Vishnu. So either Tulsi or Bilva is offered, or both Bilva and Tulsi are offered. For Sri Ramakrishna, he is Jnana Murti and Prema Murti. So we offer Bilva as well as we offer the Tulsi. This is the offering part of the things, that is a decorative part, that is giving the different picture of the Lord. Now we offer Dhupa, Deepa and Nevedya. In Dhupa, Dhupa represents Pranarpada. I am giving all my energies I am spending for the Lord's sake. And it is fragrance. It is, I am offering my all that is good and great also, which pleases others, my nature, my good and great nature, which pleases everyone. That also is an offering with the offering of Dhupa. It is Punya Karma of the lives of lives. I have spent so many lives. What all I have earned, good and great, is offered also. Punya Karma, and what is good in me, which is going to earn the Punya Karma, is offered, this source and the end with Dhupa. And my life force, I am living, this life is offered with Dhupa. Deepa is Jnana, that is bringing up identity with God. And because light illumines, suppose light is there, it illumines everything. It illumines me, it illumines the image, it illumines my actions, everything is illuminated by it. The oneness, the whole universe being one, or my oneness with God also, we are one. Lamp is what illumines everything, which brings unity of all things, which doesn't differentiate. Equanimity is brought, and that quality of oneness, there is one reality. God is one reality. We are all parts of it. We are all manifestations of it. We are products of it to merge back into the same. So light, then food offering, just like we take the food, we give to the guest, the food is offered. Food is the universal source of energy of all jivas. It is offering food to God is considered as giving food to all jivas. He is the indweller in all beings. So food offering is giving food to every jiva also. I am giving to the Lord. Each has its own aspect with the cosmic living. Dhupa need not be associated with all beings, you see, but food is associated with the all beings. So each still deeper significances are there. I am not discussing tattva, so flower represents the Prithvi tattva, and all this. We have seen in many of these things in the Manasa Puja. And then after the food, the water to consume. All these are universal aspects. Every jiva is living because of this water. The sustenance of life, food and water. Then water for washing. What you call the punarachamaniya, to rinse the mouth and wash the hands and all that. We treat as a living Lord. All aspects of God are brought. I utilize different things. He is all. He is limited. Sometimes I intend on his human aspect. Sometimes I intend on the divine aspect. Sometimes in worship itself. Just like when I see a mother sees a child, he sees far a future, how he will be. Now he is seeing, how he was earlier. The different aspects we come by. Suppose he is the president of a country, then his presidentship also is seen. His personal relationship, after all, my son is also seen. The various aspects are brought in treating the person. So here also we behave like an ordinary person with an ordinary person with great background. So all aspects get combined in various proportions, in various respects. But the thing what is happening is I am developing a relationship with him and I am trying to build up my identity with him in and through all these activities. Then we offer the tambula, the which ending portion of the food taking ends with the whole thing. The tambula always represents the whole thing being absorbed, digested and absorbed, becoming one with the whole bodily existence. Annamaya kosha. It nourishes as energy, it nourishes the whole bodily activities from the innermost core to the outermost skin. It becomes the part and parcel of the bodily existence, as if what all I have given, God has become that. Just like when mother feeds the food, it is going to become the child's body, it is going to become the child energy, it is going to become child's intelligence, it is going to become child's behavior, activities, everything is just the food that she feeds. Like that he sees God in the same view as mother sees feeding the child. Oh, you will become great, you will become this, you will become that. So everything nourishment. This nourishment which converts into a useful thing for himself and for the world is represented by the tambula, which is given to the as last item in the food item. Tambula, then we are coming towards the end of the puja. And with the tambula, many of the items are over. Then we give services are over. We offer the flowers at the feet as Pushpanjali, garland him, and the next phases of worship will be a few offerings that are supposed to be the entertaining, and the whole day's worship services are also there, which we'll see in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.